Buenos dias all, RGT85 here. Hope everyone's having a great day. Got a couple stories that I want to talk about today on the channel. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. Hit the bell notification as well so you're informed of all of my uploads. But without any further ado, let's talk about what's going on in the world of video games. And I have a bit of a correction to make because I'm an idiot. And I misspoke, and I said something wrong in a recent video, and now, I do want to clarify that. So, 2 days ago on the channel, I, of course, talked about how everything was changing for Xbox for 2022. They obviously were going in a bit of a different direction than they initially were planning to do for this year. Make sure you guys check out that video if you haven't yet. Pretty good video. I'm trying to expand into other consoles as well, but I made one major mistake in there. I said that the Callisto Protocol was a Game Pass game, and it is not. It was just on that list, and I looked over that list, and like 99% of the stuff that was on there was indeed Game Pass. So in my brain, I just kind of assumed that this was a Game Pass game. It is not a Game Pass game. It is a game that you'll have to purchase. So just wanted to clarify that. I'm human. I make mistakes. I like to own my mistakes as well. Give me my L on this. It's fine. Callisto Protocol, not a Game Pass game. Still a really good game I'm looking forward to playing, but I don't know. I might just play it on my PS5 now since it's not on Game Pass. I'm not quite sure which system I'll go for. Let me know in the comment section down below. Should I play the Callisto Protocol on my Xbox Series X or my PlayStation 5, and what your reasoning is behind that? Next up, imagine buying a game in 2022. You buy this game. You look forward to playing this game. You play this game. You put a lot of hours into it. I'm talking about dozens and dozens of hours into it. And then you get to a point in the game where the game crashes and you can't complete it. The game will not let you finish the game. That seems to be a bit of a big problem. Like, you would think that companies would test these games to make sure you could complete them. But it seems like there's a game available on the Nintendo Switch right now that you cannot complete it. And what's even more bizarre is the company is aware of this fact, and they're trying to make a patch for it, but they released the game knowing that you couldn't finish the game. So let's talk about the game in question here. And it's not like a little smaller indie title or something like that. No. This is actually one of the bigger titles for the Nintendo Switch that's come out recently, because when you look at the pedigree of what the game was, like, this was a game that a lot of people love, and it's Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Star Wars game, also known as KOTOR 2. You can't beat the game. It's kind of a game that relies on, being able to beat it, being able to complete it. So let's see what's going on with this situation. So in a tweet that was done on June 8th, they were basically saying that KOTOR 2, The Sith Lords, is now available on your Nintendo Switch. This is Asper Media. And then Daniel Moore on the 20th was like, are you guys aware that there's no way to complete this game? I've been stuck on, Onderon Basilisk Crash for a week now. What's the ETA for a patch? Then Asper says, hey, we know it's an issue, blah, blah, blah. We'll tell you when the patch is live. You can follow us here. Yeah, I was one of the users who reported it before it was a known issue. Just to be clear, you are aware that there is no way to complete this game currently? Yes, we are aware, and our dev team is working on delivering the patch as soon as possible. We apologize for the inconvenience and appreciate your patience in the meantime. You apologize for my you appreciate my patience. Why would I be patient about this? Why are we releasing a game that was available on the Xbox? You could play it on your Xbox, and you could pop in the disc. I believe KOTOR 2 is one of those backwards compatible games. I know the first one at least is. But you could play this on your Xbox and not have a problem and be able to complete the game. This is just supposed to be, a little polished up port of the game. Now, I'm not saying that Asper does a lot of bad games. The first KOTOR I thought looked and ran pretty good. It seems like this one does, but this is just half-ass, man. You can't release a game that you cannot beat. Like, that's just ridiculous. It's 2022. Hold yourself to a little bit of a higher standard. I'm willing to forgive them. I'm willing to say, okay, just don't do it again. But if I bought that game, I don't know that I would be as willing to forgive them. I don't know that I would be as kind and fair. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous that this company released a port of a game that ran fine and you could complete it back on the Xbox, but you cannot complete it on this new version for the Nintendo Switch. Developers, we don't like game delays, but we also don't like when games come out and like they suck or there's a major problem with them. It's a balancing act. I understand it, but this feels very rushed. If you knew that the game could not be completed, I don't know. You probably shouldn't have put the game out. Is that too much to ask? Is that like what the hell is with video game companies in 2022, man? It's just ridiculous. Overpromising, under-delivering the video game industry in 2022. So yeah, if you plan on playing the old KOTOR 2 on the Nintendo Switch, you might not want to. You might want to wait a little bit to where you can actually complete the game. And finally, yesterday we talked about the huge announcement. I almost hurt my pinky again. That I was obviously very excited for. The Nintendo Direct, the fabled June Nintendo Direct. It was finally announced and everyone was happy. Now granted, it was a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct, but does a Nintendo Direct get any better than that? You have to understand, people. I know I say this a million times. I don't hate Xenoblade. I don't hate Fire Emblem. But when I see people like just freak out whenever I talk about these games, I'm obviously going to keep talking about them because it makes me laugh. It's just like some of these reactions are so bonkers that people are just like, now there's like a crusade. People are talking about, oh, there's a crusade to hate Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. And I was just like, no, I just wanted to see some other stuff from Nintendo. Like, those franchises are cool, but show me something that you haven't shown me in a while. But with the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Direct, obviously a little bit tone deaf. I think people wanted a more expansive standard Nintendo Direct, but obviously Xenoblade Chronicles diehards who plan on picking up this game are going to be very impressed by this. 20 minutes long, lots of information. And so a lot of people ran with this mentality, and we touched on it a bit yesterday that, hey, well, if Nintendo's doing this late in the month, could this be the only Nintendo Direct for the month of June? Will there be one next week? Because next week was when the whole prophesized Nintendo Direct was supposed to take place, after it was supposed to take place on the 15th, after it was supposed to take place before them. In industry insiders, you gotta love them. The leakers on Twitter, you gotta love them. But with this sort of negating that, because like I said in my video yesterday, not anyone was talking about this Xenoblade Direct, and then the Xenoblade Direct popped up and it's like, oh, well, maybe this throws a monkey wrench in things. Well, there was one person. There was one person, 17 hours before it was announced that there was going to be a Xenoblade Chronicles Direct. Nate the Hate actually replied to someone on Twitter, sort of hinting at the fact that there was going to be a Xenoblade Direct coming this week. And he didn't even say anything to me. This was just like in a random thread that he ended up showing after the fact. And I was like, oh, well, damn, why didn't you say anything to me about this Xenoblade Direct, you bastard? But sticking with that, there's been a lot of people asking him, hey, is this the Nintendo Direct? Is this the one that we're getting? Is this the only Nintendo Direct that we're getting this month? And he says no. I am not the one saying no, okay? If you want to crucify anyone because next week comes around and there is no standard Nintendo Direct, do not crucify me. Do not crucify me. I'm simply relaying the information that Nate the Hate has provided on Twitter. This is open media. These are his tweets and all that sort of stuff. You can see it clear as day. He's talking about this stuff. I'll even show you one of the tweets right now. Here we go. Clear as day. No questions about it. No offense if this throws a wrench in the Nintendo Direct podcast you guys have planned. Sad about it. And then they actually reply. He comes along, and then MVG comes along and says, maybe, but one necessarily doesn't cancel out the other, mate. And then Colin says, here's hoping. And then Nate comes along. There is still a Nintendo Direct presentation for later this month. Now, I know some people don't like Nate. I hate Nate, honestly. No, Nate's the homie. But I know some people don't like his predictions and what he says. But like I've always said to you guys, Nate has told me things off the record that I'm just like, that's ridiculous. That's not going to happen. That game isn't going to be announced. That thing isn't going to happen. And then it ends up happening. And I'm just kind of like, oh, well, you do know what you're talking about. Is he 100% correct all the time? No, nobody is. Nobody. There was one guy, but we sort of pinned him to a cross and then, it was like, hey, get out of here. But nobody is perfect. Okay. Nobody's track record is perfect, but I believe in Nate enough to feel with confidence in saying that this probably isn't the only Nintendo Direct this month. That's not my information, so don't pin me to the cross like everyone likes to do just for being the relay in this. Pin Nate to the cross. Joey Ramone sounding son of a bitch. So yes, Nintendo Direct fans, do not worry. It seems that there is a Nintendo Direct happening later on this month, probably going to happen next week around the 28th or the 29th like it was originally intended. They're just doing a Xenoblade thing before that. Now, I do hope that there is some Xenoblade Chronicles and Fire Emblem stuff at the standard Nintendo Direct. Maybe just do half Xenoblade and half Fire Emblem. I'm kind of running that joke into the ground. But yeah, so that's cool. that's cool. Alrighty, so that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to give me your feedback in the comment section down below. What should I buy the Callisto Protocol on? Should it be the PlayStation or the Xbox? What the hell's up with this Star Wars crap? Did you encounter this? Did you buy this game and then find out, hey, I can't finish it? Which seems to be a problem for a lot of people. Let me know in the comments down below. And do you believe that there is another Nintendo Direct happening next week? Or is Xenoblade all we're getting? And if Xenoblade, oh, son of a bitch, I hit my keyboard. If Xenoblade is all that we are getting, hey, you know what? That's fine with me. It's more than enough hype. Put on the hype hat, get on the hype train, and make it like, my thumbnail. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share the video. Hit that bell notification as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.